Write an engaging and emotional story based on the title. They set up the poor mechanic on a blind date as a prank, but the CEO's daughter said, "I like him." Begin the story with hook who joins the viewers at the end. Immediately capture attention, also motive viewers to like video and subscribe the channel. Develop the plot with emotional depth and relatable characters, including key challenges and their resolutions. Ensure the story maintains a smooth pace suitable for an 4,000-minute YouTube video, leaving a strong, inspiring message by the end. Plain paragraphs but long story as you can based on 2,000-word estimate. They set up the poor mechanic on a blind date as a prank, but the CEO's daughter said, "I like him." Imagine this: a guy in a grease-stained shirt, hands permanently etched with engine oil, walks into the most expensive restaurant in the city. He thinks he's finally getting a real chance at love. Everyone else at the table knows it's a cruel joke. Cameras are hidden. Phones are ready to record the humiliation. They're expecting him to crash and burn. But 30 seconds in, the girl they're trying to embarrass him in front of looks up from her menu, locks eyes with him, and smiles like she just found something she didn't know she was missing. Hit that like button if you've ever been counted out before you even walked through the door, and let's get into the story. His name is Leo Park. 28 years old. Works at a tiny auto shop wedged between a laundromat and a pawn store. He's the guy who can hear a rattle from 20 feet away and tell you exactly which bolt is loose. Customers love him because he never upsells, never lies, and if you're short on cash he'll let you pay half now, half next month. No interest, no attitude. What most people don't know is that Leo grew up dirt poor. His mom raised him and his little sister alone after their dad bailed when Leo was 9. She cleaned offices at night so he could stay in school. When she got sick, lung cancer, the kind that doesn't give second chances, Leo dropped out of community college, took every overtime shift he could, and still watched her fade away in a county hospital bed. She died holding his hand, whispering, "Don't let life make you hard, baby. Stay kind." He kept that promise. Even when it hurt. Across town lived Sofia Delgado, 26, only daughter of Rafael Delgado, the man who owns half the high-rises you see sparkling on the skyline. Sofia grew up with everything money could buy and nothing that mattered. Private schools, luxury vacations, a trust fund that could fund a small country. But her dad controlled every move, who she dated, what she studied, even what color dress she wore to galas. He bragged that no one would ever love her for her, just for the name and the bank account. Sofia started believing him. The prank started as a stupid bet in a group chat of rich kids who were bored during summer break. Someone posted a photo of Leo helping an old lady load groceries after fixing her ancient Corolla for free. Caption: "Look at this loser thinking he's a hero." One of them, Tristan, Sofia's on-again, off-again ex, recognized the shop. He'd taken his Porsche there once and hated that Leo treated his $300,000 car the same as everyone else's. Tristan thought it would be hilarious to set Leo up on a fake blind date with Sofia, film him fumbling through a 5-star dinner he couldn't pronounce, then leak the video online with the title, "When You Let the Help Think He Has a Chance." They told Sofia it was just a social experiment. She laughed at first. She was tired, numb, going along with whatever her so-called friends planned. She didn't know Leo's name. She didn't know anything. The night arrived. Leo showered 3 times to get the smell of gasoline off his skin. He borrowed a blazer from his cousin that was one size too small. He spent his last $50 on a bouquet of sunflowers because the florist said they meant, "You make me happy." He stood outside Lucille, the kind of restaurant that doesn't list prices on the menu, feeling like an intruder. Inside, the table was packed. Tristan and 6 of his friends, all dressed like they stepped out of a magazine. Hidden GoPros in flower arrangements. Phones propped behind napkin holders. They smirked when the hostess led Leo over. He stopped at the head of the table, sunflowers trembling slightly in his nervous grip. Everyone went quiet, waiting for the awkwardness. Sophia looked up. And something in the room shifted. Maybe it was the way Leo's eyes didn't dart around for approval. Maybe it was the tiny scar on his jaw he got pulling a dog out of a wrecked car when he was 17. Maybe it was the fact that he looked at every single person at that table like they were human, even though they clearly didn't think the same of him. "Hi," he said, voice soft but steady. "I'm Leo. These are for you." He held the sunflowers out to Sophia like they were made of gold. Tristan snorted. "Bro, do you even know where you are right now?" Leo blinked, confused. "A restaurant?" Someone laughed too loud. Sophia didn't. She took the flowers, fingers brushing his. They were calloused and warm. She looked at the sunflowers, then back at him. "They're beautiful," she said quietly. "Thank you." The laughter died in throats. Tristan leaned forward. "Sophia, tell him what your dad does for a living." She stiffened. The script was that she was supposed to list off the private jets, the yachts, the penthouses, make Leo feel 2 inches tall. Instead she said, "He owns buildings. A lot of them. But right now I don't want to talk about my dad." The table went silent. Leo shifted on his feet. I wasn't expecting a whole party. The message just said dinner with a girl named Sophia." He rubbed the back of his neck. "If this is a bad time, I can." "Sit down," Sophia cut in. "Not a request." She pulled out the chair next to her herself. "Please." He sat. For the next 10 minutes the others tried to bait him. They ordered the most expensive wine and asked if he'd ever had anything that didn't come in a box. They asked if he knew what foie gras was. They laughed when he pronounced